It's here! The video you've all been waiting for, you've all been asking for. How do you cosplay on a budget? Well, stay tuned and I will let you know how I do it. Hello, my lovelies! Welcome back. Today is going to be a super special episode. I am going to show you how I cosplay on a budget. I have a single income house, so trying to find money to put towards a hobby like cosplay is really hard. I may only have a few dollars here and there every month that can go towards it, so finding things within my budget is a kind of a pastime for me. Hopefully I can share my wisdom with you all and you'll be able to cosplay on a budget as well. I know for a lot of people it is like the number one reason they haven't started cosplaying, and I'm hoping to change that for you. Stick around for all my tips and my tricks, and yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun, so let's get started. Alright, so budget cosplay is of course all about your budget. So how much do you actually have to use towards your cosplay? That is the first question you always want to ask yourself. For me, it's normally around 50 or less. I tend to start by looking at exactly how much money I already have, and then look at maybe things I might be able to sell that I don't use anymore, or like little odd jobs that I might be able to do, things like that that might be able to add a little bit more to my budget. That always helps. Picking the right character might not seem like a big deal, but when you're on a budget, it can make or break you. So pick your character wisely. I personally tend to steer clear of anything that has large foam pieces or warbler or anything like that, because that stuff can really add up very quickly. So I try and stay away from those right now until I can get more of a budget towards that. But for now, that's like out of my price range, so that's gone. I also try and steer clear of characters that require very large props, unless it's a really simple one that I could recreate pretty easily with PVC pipe or a broomstick or something like that. Like a staff. Staffs are pretty inexpensive to recreate, but like large prop guns or things like that, I'm going to steer clear of because it's just going to add up and be way over my budget by the end. Characters that have a lot of details, like tons of spikes or things like that, things that you'll need like foam clay or things like that for, again, steering clear. So pick your character wisely. For me, I personally look at their costumes and try and think of whether or not it's something I might be able to easily find online, or find another cosplayer who has done it before and might be able to purchase from them, or something that might easily translate from some of the items I already own in my closet. So pick your character wisely. So the next step when trying to cosplay on a budget is to really plan and research your character. Now, for me, I will start with the one that I'm actually working on for my daughter, which is Zelda. She wants to do the Zelda from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I looked at the character, looked at tons of reference photos, and tried to break down exactly what the character was wearing, and try and figure out if there was anything that I already owned that could translate into this character. So really break down the character, look at all the pieces, think about exactly what you'll need for each piece. For example, with the Zelda, in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate version, she wears a white dress that is like a short sleeve dress, goes just past her knees, and then has a pink like overlay that comes over, and that has a few details. And then she also has like this little, I don't know, like I guess necklace and a tiara that she wears, the elf ears, things like that. So I broke down each piece and looked at it. And then from there, I decided to look into my closets and things like that and really try and figure out if there was anything that I already owned to create that cosplay for her. This cosplay I have no budget for. I literally have $0. Nothing can be bought at this point in time. And so I really had to search for what I needed. So pick your character, plan ahead, and then we'll get into the next step. Okay, so you've picked a character and you've broken down all their pieces. So you know exactly what you're looking for now. All right, so now is the time to scavenge your house. And I mean really scavenge your house. Well, look through your closets, look through your roommate's closet, see if they have anything they're willing to get rid of. Or your other housemates, whoever is in your home, look through their stuff. And then maybe even look into, if you already maybe have done cosplays before, look through your scraps, through your bins and things like that. I personally hoard things. If I get something for free, it is going to be held onto for as long as possible. So for me, I have this really big bin, and this is just full of just like scrap fabrics, which I will open for you. I've already pulled out some fabrics from this because I am, like I said, working on well, I didn't say two, but I am working on a cosplay for my daughter as well as my son. So I've already kind of pulled some things out of here, but I just have all this like scrap fabric, things that I may have used for other projects or things that people have given me. And it's just filled with all different kinds of fabrics and things that I may have bought and then just not used or anything like that. So I store that and keep it because who knows when you'll need it, which it ended up helping because I ended up having some scrap blue fabric and some scrap green fabric to work on my son's Ash cosplay. He's really small. He's a little tiny thing. So I didn't need a whole lot, so it was perfect the amount that I had. So that's how you can look through your house. I've also went through my house and found for my daughter Zelda an old pink curtain. We don't need the curtain. We have like these nice Venetian blinds that come down. So I don't have to worry about curtains anymore. And so I've just kind of held on to this. It's not the nicest fabric in the world, but this is just going to overlay her white dress, which will be perfect. So I'm just going to cut this up and use it. So things like that around your house that you can use. I also, for her white dress, I found pillowcases. Boom. Again, even for yourself, see how it fits pretty nicely on you. You can use pillowcases for so much stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. I have a ton of extra pillowcases just lying around. Again, these are things that I got for like free or were given to me, and I just hold on to them. If you hold on to them, you're probably gonna end up finding use for them. So that is the first thing you'll want to do, is just scavenge your house, look through what you own, old bed sheets, old clothing, things like that, and see if there's anything that matches what you want to do. All right, this is a sub like A category. Once you've found things in your home that you can use, think about how you can modify it. Look at it as what it could be, not what it is. So things like, I had this old yellow dress. that I've already cut into. This is actually about to become a Pikachu stuffy for my son, so he could have a little Pikachu for his Ash. And it's already become the bows for my Snow White cosplay. These are shoes I got for free. Again, garage sales and yard sales, guys. Garage sales and yard sales. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but all I did was stick on this bow, and I did make it so I could take it off. I just got some snaps, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut that off pretty soon and sew on a little snap so I can take these on and off and use this for other characters as well, because I do have a few other characters that do require a nude shoe, like my upcoming Rapunzel and things like that. So yeah, so I just used the fabric and cut it into strips and created like a little bow, and people love these shoes. They go crazy for them. But yeah, that's all I did, was create a little bow out of some old fabric. You can also take props like this Nerf gun, which was given to me by a very good friend, and I'm actually going to repaint it so it matches the original character that I use it for. I'm going to make it more black and pink and red and get rid of the purple. But you can modify and change props and make them look more like what you need for the character. I also have a bow, but that's my daughter's, and I'm pretty sure she would let me repaint that and make it look more wooden if I asked her, but because she doesn't use it anymore. But yeah, things like that. If you own items, you can modify them and repaint them and change them to look like what you need. Alright, so you've scavenged your whole house, and either A, you found some stuff that'll work, or B, you came up with zilch. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, I've been there, that stinks. But we're gonna move on to the next thing that you can do. So the next thing that you can do to try and cosplay on a budget is to visit your local thrift stores. Yes, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I'm going to add a couple more things to that. Most people just go, oh, go to your local thrift stores. Don't forget about garage sales and yard sales. Garage sales and yard sales are amazing for finds, especially for clothing, because a lot of them just want their clothing gone. So you'll often get things for free. Yeah, free. So that's nothing out of your budget. I have personally been to a few garage and yard sales. I love them. I'm obsessed. I have a problem. But I've been to a few of them where they have just given me clothes for free because they don't sell them. One of the best tips I give people is to try and go to these garage sales, yard sales towards the tail end of the sale. There might not be as much left, but they are so eager to just get rid of it that they will sell it to you for practically nothing. I know because I've done garage sales and I've done them for years, and always that last hour, 2 hours, you're just dreading bringing all of that stuff back into your house, and you really don't want it there. That is why you had the sale in the first place. So people coming in and just offering you whatever for it, you're just like, just take it, please, just get it out of here. So go towards the end of the sale. You'll probably find some good stuff. I found shoes before. My jacket for Black Canary I actually got for free from a garage sale. Just make sure you wash it when you bring it home. That's really it. So don't forget thrift store. So you have your thrift stores, you have your garage sales, you have your yard sales. And also don't forget things like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Let It Go app, things like that where they sell secondhand items. eBay is also a great one. Any of those places, you can find secondhand stuff really inexpensive. Just take the time to look, and eventually you will find what you are looking for as long as you take the time. I know I probably spend a good 3 or 4 days at least looking through listings and all sorts of stuff to find exactly what I want. All right. This one is a personal fave. I know I said that I love garage sales and yard sales, and it's kind of a little pastime for me. But sales are another pastime. Being, again, a mom and being a single income home, sales are really important for us. Coupons are really important for us. It helps keep our budget down and keeping us under budget most months. So look for the sales is my next tip. Joann's Fabric and Michael's, and I know there's another fabric store. I can't think of the name of it right now because we don't really have them where I live. But looking for coupons online, a lot of them have their own apps. So you can download those apps and they'll have coupons like all the time, usually 40% off. Once in a while you'll get like a 50% off of an item. Things like that are amazing, and it will help you so much keeping your budget if you keep using those coupons. And hey, bonus tip, bring a friend, and if it's 50% off one item and they don't have those ones where it's like 50% off of your whole total, bring a friend, have them purchase the other fabric or the other piece of whatever you need, because then you're getting 50% off twice. Sometimes they're really nice and sometimes they're super nice and they'll like use the coupon twice for you, or they'll take 50% off each item, but sometimes you get the jerks who are like, no. So bring a friend and do your stuff separately, and there you go. Now you got 50% off items. I do that a lot. Please don't judge me. Again, I need the sale. So look for those coupons. They always have them. One of the big things I just did was Amazon Prime Day. If you don't have a Prime account, don't worry about it. Amazon itself doesn't usually always have deals on the things that I need for cosplay, but their competitors now start doing sales on Prime Day as well. eBay this time had a $5 off coupon, and it was longer than just the 2 days that Prime had theirs. So I was able to pick up a Dremel for only $10, even though it was normally $15, because I had a $5 off coupon. So it saved me $5. $5 I can use towards more cosplay or more items or whatever. Joann's Fabric had free shipping and had a bunch of other things on sale, from foam to fabric and yarn and things like that. Yes, I use yarn. I'm a knitter. So they had a lot of great sales at Joann's. That was a really good time to buy. So look for those sales. Also, one of my big things too is Halloween. Halloween is coming up, and I'm really excited because it's my favorite holiday. But right after Halloween, they start putting things on sale. So you can actually go to Halloween stores and find things for your cosplay for really inexpensive. They usually have pretty great makeup. They have latex. They have masks and costumes and things like that. Even if they're not the best quality, you can always alter them later. And getting them at like half and sometimes even 75% off is amazing. I know last Halloween I went and bought, it's not the best body paint in the world, but I got it for like 25 cents. So I have a bunch of body paint that I can use. I use it in my videos on TikTok sometimes and things like that. And I'm actually going to be using it pretty soon for one of my other cosplays that is coming up. But you can use all of that, and they also have things like stockings, and I know personally I used to work at a Spirit Halloween, and we had stockings and wigs and all sorts of accessories that you could pick up for really, really cheap. And as long as you have a little bit of imagination, you'll be able to find something that'll work for you. So don't forget to look at those sales as well. There are always sales going on somewhere. You just gotta look for them. And finding those like wholesale websites as well will usually have like lower discounts. Like I want to say, what is it called? Yeah, I wrote it down. So wouldn't forget, guys. Fabric Wholesale Direct. Now they have a lot of really good inexpensive fabrics on there, and it's always like that, so you don't have to worry about it. But once in a while I'm sure they have like coupons and things like that for free shipping, so you don't have to worry about that. But like sites like that will also help you. So look for the sales, guys. Look for the sales. Look for the discount type stores that already have like low discounted prices. All right, so you've exhausted all your options. You've looked through your closet. You've looked through your friends' closets. You went to garage sales and yard sales, and you've looked online for discount items and sales. And still there's pieces missing. What do you do? Well, it's time to turn to retail. You can go on sites like Walmart or anything like that, and sometimes you can find really good deals from clearance or anything like that. Those are my last options. I always go to those last because those are probably going to be your most expensive. But still, you can still find some good deals on there once in a while. For me, when I finally get to that point where I have to go retail, like it's not something that I can pick up really inexpensive, I check places like eBay and Wish first. Yes, I said Wish. So I personally have bought things off of those websites, and they are usually really decent. You just have to wait longer. So if you plan enough ahead, you'll have time to wait to get those products. So, all right. So one of the items I've gotten off of Wish is this necklace. I believe it was only about $1 or $2 with shipping. But this is the Samulet from Supernatural, and this is a really simple, again, this is probably one of the easiest closet cosplays, because even if you had to buy the items for it, you're gonna wear them again because they're regular clothing. So yeah, so this is, I'm hoping you can see that. I won't know until I go to edit, but so that is the Samulet that we got from Wish, and it was really good condition, so I've bought that from there. I've also, my Sailor Pluto cosplay, which I will put a picture up. Yep. So my Sailor Pluto cosplay was actually from eBay, and both the wig and the dress are all from eBay. The dress itself came with the actual dress, the bows, and the tiara. Oh, and the gloves. So I had all those pieces, and those were from eBay, and then I bought the wig as well, which I will also put the prices for each item. So it didn't cost me a whole lot to put her together. And then the boots was something that I already owned at home, because I love me some boots. I love shoes in general. Shoes are a thing for me. Yeah. All right, so you try Wish and eBay first, and then I go to things like Walmart or Target or Amazon and look through their stuff and see if I can find anything on there that'll work. I've actually bought wigs from Amazon, and they're actually really good quality, and they're not expensive. I've bought my Harley wig and my Poison Ivy wig from there, and I also bought... I was creating my Poison Ivy cosplay, and I needed leaves for the top and bottom, and all I did was hot glue it to an old bra. Boom. And I got the leaves from Amazon. So you can always find deals and sales and things like that. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. You'll find it. I promise. All right, speaking of wigs, when picking a wig, try and look for a wig that you can use for multiple characters. And by multiple characters, I mean like 3 or 4 that might have the same color or same length of hair. For me personally, I also look for, even if I'm going to do a short hair character, I always try and buy a wig that's longer and cut it. Why? Because you can keep those wefts of hair and create other things. So I'm actually about to cut my blonde wig. I'm going to cut it short, and I'm going to keep the wefts, and I'm going to create 2 ponytails to put on the side that I can take off and on. And if I have any extra hair, I'm also going to make like a little bun that can go on top, so I can actually make it into a Tinkerbell wig or a Harley wig or just a short blonde wig for whatever character I need it for. And that is what I'm about to do with my blonde wig. Hopefully it's long enough. I haven't quite planned it out completely yet, but I'm at least going to have the pigtails that I can take off and on, and then I'll have a short blonde wig or a ponytail wig, which I can also take that and put it back here and make it just a ponytail as well. I'm also going to create it so I can put it off the side, because eventually my daughter wants to do Lucy, so I'll be able to put that on her as well. Alright, so you've listened to all my little tips. I have a couple extra little tidbits that I'll only share with a select few. I'm sure some people have thought about this, but I know I've shared it a few times and they're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Why didn't I think of that? So here are my couple little small tips. 1, don't be afraid to go off-brand, guys. Don't worry about the brand when you're cosplaying. As long as it works, it works. For me, I just personally bought a Dremel, a rotary tool, and I couldn't afford a Dremel because they are very expensive. Even the like low end is still like $25-$30, and yeah, not in my budget. So I looked online and found a few reviews for this product, which is a Win rotary tool, and these come from like China or something. And they are kind of like the off-brand version. I haven't personally used it yet, but all of the reviews say it's amazing, so I can't wait to try it. And it did come with a whole bunch of pieces. It was 101 pieces. It had a bunch of sanding discs and all the things that I needed for my cosplays. So I'm really excited to try all of that. So this was only $15 on eBay. Again, I got this during the Prime Day sale, so eBay had a $5 off coupon, so I was able to get this for only 10 bucks. Numero dos. So when I was talking earlier about checking your thrift stores and checking garage sales and yard sales, because that's not often mentioned, also check Facebook. There are tons of groups and communities that have secondhand sales. Some of them are local, some of them will do worldwide shipping. You just have to pay for the shipping or things like that. There are cosplay communities that do this, and they even have cosplay communities that are specific to different genres. So if you're looking for an anime cosplay, or you're looking for a Disney cosplay or something like that, there are communities specifically for that. And then there's general communities. I'm part of a bunch because you never know if you'll find that person who is close to your size, maybe a little bit bigger, or are your exact size, and they're selling an outfit that you couldn't even make for the $100 they're selling it for. They also sell wigs and all sorts of other props, shoes, things like that. So you can find those in those Facebook groups, and it's amazing. So join them. So I've told a few people that, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, check Facebook. Check it. It's amazing what you'll find. So my third tip is check other places that aren't specifically for cosplay. And by this I mean check places like Discount Dance. When I was a dancer, this is where I bought a lot of my items for dance because they weren't that expensive. I could find things like character heels, which hold up really well. They might be a little bit more expensive, but they hold up forever. I still have a pair of black character heels. They need to be painted up a little bit, but they are still in fantastic condition for having them for over 10 years. And I still use them for a lot of my cosplays. I use it for my Belle cosplay and for a few others. Although I did get some new shoes for Belle, so I probably won't be using that for that. But still, check there. You can find tights and all sorts of things on there. It's amazing. So tip number 4, don't be afraid to dye your stuff. Yeah, I said dye your stuff. So like I've said at the beginning, I have so many white pillowcases. I don't know where they all came from. I just have a stockpile of white pillowcases, and so I'm going to be using it, one, for a white dress, but I can use it for other things as well, as long as I'm not afraid to dye the fabric. You can use this for things like your tights if you need them to be a certain color or whatever. I've also had a friend who had a beautiful dress that looked so much like, gosh, I can't remember the character right now. She had this really cute, it was like a blue dress. The original color was light blue, and it was the perfect style and cut for another character, but the character's dress was more of a navy blue, and so she just dyed it, and it was perfect. And now she has her navy blue dress, and it only cost her, I want to say the dye was only like $1 or something, because she used a coupon. So yeah, don't be afraid to dye your stuff, guys. Go for it. Have fun with it. Yeah. Tip number 5, my secret little tip. Buy in bulk if you can. If you have the opportunity to buy something in bulk, like a lot of foam, or like I can't say that today. Recently, thank you. So I recently bought some air dried clay, and I bought a big box of it because I know I'm going to use it for multiple projects or multiple items. So don't be afraid to buy in bulk. Sometimes it'll save you money in the long run because you already own the item. When I buy Mod Podge, I don't buy like the little tiny containers. I buy like bigger containers, again, because I know that I'm going to go through it all. So buy in bulk when you can. Tip number 6, don't forget about the dollar store. Yeah, I don't know why people forget about the dollar store all the time, but they do. Here in the US and I believe Canada, we have Dollar Tree, and it's amazing. The stuff you can find in there is insane. I've personally bought makeup from there. Again, make sure you do like a skin test to make sure you're not allergic to anything that's in it. But I've also found things like mats and foam mats and things like that I can use to make foam items. Craft foam, all sorts of stuff. I know there's a few, I believe there was somebody who told me in Canada they actually sell something that's very similar to foam clay in their dollar store up there. So I'm going to try and have one of my friends track it down and send it to me because we don't have it here. But they have something up there in Canada that's very similar to foam clay. In their dollar stores. So don't forget about the dollar stores, guys. Look in your dollar store. You never know what you'll find. You might find accessories or foam or something like that. We also have Five Below, and I know quite a few people have gone to Five Below and bought like yoga mats and things like that, really thick like foam mats, and they use them to create their cosplays. So yeah, don't forget about your Dollar Trees and your dollar stores and your whatever you have, Dollar General. So that is all my tips and my tricks and my secret tips that I've got for you. I hope this helps you start cosplaying because I really need some more cosplay friends. Yeah, so tag me when you make your next cosplay, and I'll be sure to like it and comment and be like, you go, woo woo, let's do this. Yeah. So if you like this video or you just like my face, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want more videos like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you get notified the next time a new video is out. Until then, love you all. Have a great day.